For each of these problems, we have to draw the vector on the axis provided. So for example, for question 26, they are giving us that the vector A is 2i hat plus 2j hat. So let's just draw it first. So I hat is the x component. So that's the x component, which is positive 2. And then we have to write positive 2 for j as well, which is the y component. So that's the start, this is the end. So we have the A vector, and let's just call this angle theta. So now we have to find the magnitude of this vector. It is a right angle triangle, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So we have 2 and 2. So this is the x component squared plus y component squared, and we take the square root, and that gives us about 2.83. So let's just find the angle, and you can see that we can use tangent. So tangent inverse of 2 divided by 2, which is 45 degrees. So how we do it is we have tangent is theta, which is opposite over adjacent. So opposite would be right here, which is positive 2, and then adjacent is here, which is 2. So theta is then tan inverse, so this is 1, tan inverse of 1. Let's look at question 27. We have x component, which is minus 2, then like that, and then we have y component, which is positive 2. So if from here you go up, you don't go back to the origin when you draw the y, and then you go from start to stop. So start to stop, and that is the b vector. So let's say this is our theta. You can also pick this angle right here if you want. So to get the magnitude, we have negative 2 squared plus positive 2 squared. Take the square root, and that is again around 2.83. So we can do tan inverse, then again 2 divided by adjacent, which is negative 2, and that gives us 45 degrees. Let's do question 28, which is 3i. So we have positive 3 here, and then plus 1j, so it's positive. So that gives us a vector c here. Let's say this is our theta angle. Always draw the angle on the figure, so you know, and somebody who reads your problem and your answers know which theta you're talking about when you write it down here. So c is, we have 3 squared plus 1 squared, take the square root, and that is the square root of 10, which is about 3.16. So for the angle, we do tan inverse, we do opposite, which is 1 here, divide by 3. Bear in mind that opposite over adjacent is not necessarily y over x values. It might be x over y values. That's why you have to be careful where you draw this angle. And that gives us about 18.4 degrees.